Alright, now on my end of this tutorial, what we're going to be making is a battle axe. We're just going to start with a few key ideas instead of replicating something like Guitarman did. So I have three main criteria. I want it to be an asymmetrical battle axe. I want it to have red accent colors on it, and I want to incorporate part 69944, which is this Mecabricks. I think that's how I pronounce it. So we're gonna try
Sure.
to figure out a way to incorporate that. Shouldn't be too difficult since we already know what we're gonna do. Guys, spoiler alert, this is a different cut. Okay, I did the colors wrong there. Okay, that was right in my ear. What I get for wearing earphones.
Alright.
It's fine. Alright. Okay, so we want to incorporate this part, and that's the color scheme that I believe we're going to have, just black and silver with a few touches of red. So of course we need an axe head. So we're going to go up to weapons and find that. And I believe I want this to be double-sided. I know I said I want it to be asymmetrical, but with this, the way I'm thinking of incorporating this, I think it could look much better if we do it just like this. Wait, hang on. I have the color scheme. I have the colors mixed up for this. Fix that. Yes, the joys of Mecabricks color changing. For some reason, the base color is not the actual color of the thing. Oh well. I think we're just going to do it like that and not have a dual layered thing. Now we need to find some sort of handle or hilt for it. I think I'm just going to use a dragon hilt.
Dragon hilts are always cool.
Yeah. Like, I know that the battle axe was probably not that common of a weapon in Asian culture, but, you know, dragons were not exclusively Asian. So we're gonna use this really cool technique that I learned on the previous take, where
we shall not mention. Previous take? What previous take?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And neither do I. And then yeah, so it looks really cool. Kind of like a mini axe on the bottom, almost like a fish head with tusks or something. Yeah, it looks really cool. Okay, so now I'm going to add some detailing with this small string here. I'm probably going to do something here. I forgot to duplicate it. I'm going to keep a straight string just in case, because, you know, that always comes in handy. It's always a good idea to have spares. Lots and lots of backups. Because goodness knows you'll need them.
Yep.
I did. Right now, I think I'm just going to add like a little bit of a rim around it. And I'll just mirror that on all four of them. So we're going to go into flexible mode. Just move these points.
Our best friend.
Yes, our very best friend, who we also hate because of how weird he is.
Best friend and our worst enemy.
Yeah. There. I also dislike it when the points are so close together and you have to zoom in really close to actually view them.
Yeah.
Oh well, it's not the end of the world. Okay, now move that up. Hopefully that should do it. Okay, that did work. Great. Just duplicate that onto the other side. And then I guess we'll delete this because we didn't need it. Okay, not multiple there. But you can press W and it'll pull up all of these selection options. That's really helpful. But B is just for multi-area, which I really like to use. So I'm going to duplicate that. And yeah, so that's that.
Cool.
Now, I believe we're going to add some red detailing on this. So we're going to have to use this again. Ah, yes, my mouse scroller is very, very sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, bad choice of words. I said very sorry, and then I said I'm sorry. As my mouse is... Whoops. You need to actually click something.
At least you still have your trusty rodent.
Yes.
Found it again.
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't find it when I was looking for it. It really was hiding in plain sight, so... Yeah.
That's what trusty little rodents
do. So true.
Mark 2021.
Mark 25, what?
Trademark 2021.
Cool. Okay, I think this one needs to be rotated a little more. I'm a perfectionist. So yeah, there. Now we're gonna need a bigger one on each side. You can probably speed this up in post if you want. Okay, we're just gonna speed this whole process up because it'll take a while, but it's just more of the same, extending the strings when we need to. And here's a really useful tool when you're moving parts like this. I just want to mirror it on the other side. If you press V, or if you don't have a keyboard, just go up here, transform it to global. It'll act like it didn't really happen. So now I'm going to transform it over to X. Just take away the negative. It's always really helpful to build around the center point when you're doing things like that, so you don't have to make crazy calculations. Also, remember, whenever you use it, you have to turn it back off, otherwise things will go wonky, especially if we're trying to do something that doesn't use it. So I'm going to turn it off using the hotkey of V. And now back to the time lapse. And exiting time-lapse mode. So, when you're mirroring something, because like I have it on one side, but I don't have it on the other, a really helpful thing to do, I can just hide this part, and hide this part. Select an area, and only select these, because I don't need to do the others, because they're already duplicated on both sides. And then alternate hide, because that won't affect anything in there. Oh, man. I guess I'll just have to take care of that axe later. Did that do it? Yep, that did it. Now delete this axe. I think I am going to add a little bit down here. Just a little bit more red, because there's red up here. I think it needs to be down there a little bit. So let's see. Oh yeah, I should use a flexible tube. It helps when you're doing
tubes.
Yes, they're the best. It helps to just add little things here and there, because you might not think that you need them, but you can always take them away, and it's really not that much time wasted. Especially when it's something as simple as just adding a few rings around the hilt. Of course,
that's how, when I was doing medieval weapons, that's how I made sword handles, is I went through and I put them flexible tubes around the handle.
Yeah, it's super helpful. We'll link Guitarman's video on that in the description in case you'd like to watch it, because it is very helpful. But another tip I found, because of course you can just do this, and my mouse is very sensitive. No, not 10. No, not that. 1.1, there. Okay, now. But since you move 2 millimeters at a time when you're in small transform mode, you can just move it over a bit. Say 0.2 millimeters, and duplicate it, and then snapping it back to the middle is also very useful. Okay, so finished with that. I actually really like the way that looks. I mean, the whole thing is looking a little bit like Target, so I'm going to change the color of the metal to gunmetal. Yeah, unfortunately, metal and gunmetal have the same word inside of them, so they don't go too well together when you try to put them in a sentence. But yeah, that looks a lot better. And yeah, I think we're going to be done with the X. I'm going to delete all the extra parts that I have lying around. And of course, group it.
Don't forget to save your model.
Yes, do not forget to save your model, but another important thing is just grouping it.
Always group your model, lest the operator kill you.
Yes. And then, of course, most important step of any Mecabricks thing, or pretty much anywhere you're designing something, is Control S. Save your model.
Otherwise, you will regret it.
Yes. You will always regret it. So I think this concludes our tutorial. And yeah, I'll hand it off to G-Man to do the outro.
Alright, and that is everything. I probably be doing another tutorial like this in the future. I don't know how soon, but at Ops channel, it will be linked in the description, and see you next time.